at the Flats in Atlanta, Georgia, Bobby Dodd Stadium. EA Sports college football coverage continues on this Saturday with a mid-afternoon clash. It ought to be a sensational game. It's the Miami Hurricanes and the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Alongside David Pollock and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
When you think about the history of college football, you have got to think about Bobby Dodd Stadium. It is the oldest stadium in FBS history, built in 1913. On the campus of Georgia Tech, this place has seen a lot of great college football through the years. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Hurricane offense makes its way onto the field to start this game. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, David.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football, but we can't turn it over. Jesse, those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won. And last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. But when you're going backwards and you're giving the offense on the other side more possessions because you turn it over, that's a recipe for disaster, and that's something they have to be able to avoid in this game. And, David, we know when you're playing on the road how important it is to try and steal momentum early and quiet the crowd. You gash the defense with a run like that to pick up a big first down, that'll do it. And that's really a tone setter, I think, for this offense. And you're sending a direct message to the opponent. We are going to be physical. We're going to try to run this thing down your throat.
Yeah, and they got a chance to respond. And the crowd hopefully can get behind them and get back in it. The defense has got to do a better job. We got to stop the run. They got to tackle, get more hats to the football. This will be a challenge. They're going to run the football. They better be man enough to stop it.
And the defense finally able to corral him at the 45. That will move the chains. The Hurricanes look to keep this drive humming. Hand off for Brown. At the 35, he's got room. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
And this defense, man, they've got to find some answers. They've been less physical than the offense. They've owned the line of scrimmage. They're running the football, putting a drive together. All right, now in the red zone, field shrinking. How do they handle this situation? Bring more bodies, be more physical, be more aggressive.
Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down. And the Canes headed quickly to the line. They'll move the wide receiver. Nice move to pick up yardage. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They'll try to move the sticks with Brown. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Hurricanes.
And I love this offense and the way they started this football game. Listen, last week be dang, okay? Forget last week. Nice job coming out, setting the tone in this ball game, putting a long drive together, and getting a touchdown.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They march 78 yards down the field and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Georgia Tech's offense will now get its first chance with the football. And there he is, this senior wide receiver. He is a guy who is reliable and can be dangerous if he gets a chance.
And there was times during the week where we were texting. We have a group text for these games every single week. And we talk about different guys. And this receiver, we were like, is the tape in fast motion? Like, this dude is flying out wide. Like, this is a guy that legit has that take the top off the defense speed, elite speed. Palmer, this is a guy that defenses, and talking to the coaches, they are extremely worried about.
Yeah, their D coordinator in this game told us he just hasn't slept much this week, knowing how fast this guy is and just how he can score any given play. And they've got to do a really good job in this one communicating, understanding where he is, but making sure there is at least one safety playing deep, because you know this guy is going to get his opportunities deep down the field.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
The throw. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete. Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands. And the Yellow Jackets will line up to punt it away. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. Here comes the Hurricane offense, looking to gather a little more strength. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't, a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Right back to the well. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. A give to Brown.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The Canes will call on their punt team. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Fields the punt. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Using his legs, it's Maddox. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. From the gun, wants to pass. On the move. He'll try to do it himself. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. The Yellow Jackets with the 1st and 10. The running back has it. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on 1st down.
Well, that guy is so quick coming out of his stance. Did you see how fast he got to the ball carrier to get that tackle for loss? Wow.
They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. Makes the grab. That's his first catch of the season. They believe he is a freshman who can contribute a lot early.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. Shoots it to the left. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. And the Yellow Jackets decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Jukes his way for more. Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29.
Second down.
Ground game really important. Let's take a look at how these running backs have fared through one quarter of play. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So Miami signals for a timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half.
Paging George E. Burdell. Paging George E. Burdell.
Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Here's some daylight. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Got some green grass. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. And the Canes with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Looking for a gap. It's Pringle. Makes a man miss. Still on his feet at the 45. Flying out to the left. Touchdown, Miami. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
On the run from inside, and the ball is loose on the return. He is in, takes the fumble to the house. Touchdown, Canes. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
And this is why a lot of coaches don't kick the ball out of the end zone. They want them to return the football so something good can happen. So you can put a hat on a football, cause a fumble, make something happen, Palmer, and that's exactly what the kickoff unit does.
Man, I love kickoff coverage units, David, that take pride in their jobs. These guys want to line up. They want to run down the field and hurt somebody. That was a huge game-changing play to not just create the turnover, but to score a touchdown.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Georgia Tech's offense comes out ready to get this drive going. They've fallen into this big hole, and they are pretty desperate for answers right now. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. From the gun. Makes the grab. It's sharp. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. And that's not going to be a first down. He stopped just millimeters away from moving the chains. The kick is on its way. He'll try to make the catch in traffic. The pursuit and coverage was there, and they swarm him under for no gain. Holly, what update do you have on that?
Checking in from the Miami sideline. Players are really starting to feel this momentum. They've got a big lead here in this game, and they were expected to be just where they are. Guys are talking to each other. Keep eating, keep eating. I know they want to finish this game off strong with the big lead. They're starting to have a little fun down here on the sideline. Back to you.
All right, Holly. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Dumps it to the back. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up third down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Makes the grab. He's down short of the line to gain. It'll bring up a fourth down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stops. So the Yellow Jacket offense comes out to get this drive underway. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a three-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point.
Yeah, nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now, chip into this lead, try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
Gonna run it. It's Maddox. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He slides past the sticks. That'll be enough to convert the third down.
On the third play of the drive, third down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard...
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
Cornerbacks have to have great instincts, and they have to have great field awareness. They got to understand where they are and how that relates. You got to understand the sidelines there. So I don't need to get too close to the sideline. He understood that. Understand the receiver didn't have very much space to work with, takes advantage of it, and makes the big interception.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand. Safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Turns it on in midfield. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
This running back in the Miami backfield is deadly because of his speed. He's so elusive. You get the feeling like he could score any single time he has the ball. He gives the offense a lot of balance, but he gives them that home run ability too.
And the Hurricanes, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. They're going to go right back to him on first down. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Making the adjustment on the play. Second down to the air. Unloads to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
You know, I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. That was not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit, and the defense able to come up with a big pick.
It's inside. It's Maddox. Offense gets set for second down. Wide receiver going in motion. Pulls it on the option. But nowhere to go. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. The Yellow Jackets want to crank the tempo. From the gun on third down. Oh, pressure's coming. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
And he was held in check in game one, but you're not going to hold him in check for long. And right out the gates, getting a sack in the second ball game, that will not be his last sack of the season. This dude is a ball player.
Looking for room. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Ollie, what do you have?
Checking in from the Miami sideline. Players are really starting to feel this momentum. They've got a big lead here in this game, and they were expected to be just where they are. Guys are talking to each other. Keep eating, keep eating. I know they want to finish this game off strong, but with a big lead, they're starting to have a little fun down here on the sideline. Back to you guys.
Ollie, thank you. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up second and 10. Looking for a crease. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down. The D thinking bring some heat on third and long from the 44. The play fake. Rush right in his face. And his first throw since coming in is incomplete.
Well, here's an interesting situation after that incompletion for the offense all of a sudden, because you've had success. You've scored 2 touchdowns on your first 2 drives. You've got to be playing with a lot of confidence. Does that carry over and make you feel like going for it here on fourth down? You've got the playmakers. You've made some big plays early in this game. Field position would say you should punt it, but what does the head coach decide to do?
On the ground, it's Maddox. He just threw his nose right into the middle of the pile and was stopped right at the line of scrimmage. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Fellas, we welcome you into our palatial Orlando studios for the Week 3 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with the Texas State Bobcats taking on the number 9 team, the UTSA Roadrunners. And it's Texas State able to escape with a 3-point victory. Talk about an upset. And that's now victory number 1 on the season. Hey, every journey begins with a first step, and this team will bask in the glory of this one for at least 24 hours. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Now back to your game in Atlanta. What a first half for that superstar back. He's already over 100 yards today, and he's done it with tough physical running, but also elusive speed. And that combination has his team 2 quarters away from a nice win. With that said, let's send it back to the 5th oldest venue in college football, Bobby Dodd Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. The Hurricanes will kick it away to start the second half. And he'll bring it out to the end. And he coughs Puts it up inside the 20.
Hey, as a return guy, you know that you're going to get popped. You know you've got guys that have a 50-yard run at you trying to dislodge the football. You've got to do a better job of ball security.
What do they talk about at halftime, Holly?
The Hurricanes head coach told me at the half they are going to continue to feed their running back. As you know, there are a lot of high expectations on him to start this game, and he has performed a terrific first half. They are going to get the ball here, and let's see if they continue to go to this running back. He has been a difference maker so far. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricane!
And the running back gets his second rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Using his legs, it's Maddox. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. They'll need a bunch on second down. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. They've already punted 4 times in this game, and they're about to run the guy out there for a 5th time if they don't pick up the first down here. On third and long, he has to throw for it. They'll flip it out to the back on the screen. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. And the Yellow Jackets line up to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Trying to get started. Makes a move. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. As we check in with Holly.
Guys, here on the Hurricane sideline, players are really starting to feel this momentum. They've got a big lead.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And finally getting home and getting the sack. This quarterback, his jersey's not even dirty. We're in the second half. We're behind. We got to find a way to create some momentum plays. That's step one.
And he's brought down after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Gets rid of it.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Not a lot of room to field this one. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Makes the grab, down immediately. He picks up a few. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. He'll set up to throw. Out wide left, it's Hamilton. Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there. 2nd and long here. The run inside. It's Maddox. They put the brakes on him.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping.
Gets away from one. He's got space. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! He found some open space and turned on the Jets. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. The extra point is good, but they're still down 28-7. A very efficient five-play scoring drive. They finish things off with some flair, a 73-yard touchdown pass. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. With an update on that, let's check in with Holly.
Checking in from the Miami sideline. Players are really starting to feel this momentum. They've got a big lead here in this game, and they were expected to be just where they are. Guys are talking to each other. Keep eating, keep eating. I know they want to finish this game off strong, but with a big lead, they're starting to have a little fun down here on the sideline. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. And the Canes in the hurry-up. Handoff again. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Anderson will throw. He's got the back in the middle. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38. The Canes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll take it himself. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. Long way to go on second down. Kept the last one on the ground, now they'll throw. Going for the big play. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down. Trying to pick up a first down. He's changing the play. Gets the back moving. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Finds his target. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Fresh set of downs going up top. Fires to the middle. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Wants to keep it in the air. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his second interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, those two interceptions, that is massive for this defense.
Play action on first down. Under pressure. He'll pull it down and run.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Left side is Maddox. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Personal foul.
So the officials spy that face mask penalty, and the offense gets a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Follows his blocks. It's Maddox. Pick up of 8. It's now 2nd and 2.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Got 8 on first down. Now looking at a 2nd and 2. Motion from the wide receiver. They give it to him again. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. He's finally brought down, but he takes it all the way to the 6. The Yellow Jackets trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. He'll do it himself. No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal. Following the play, there is a Yellow Jacket who is shaken up. That appears to be their junior starting wide receiver, someone they obviously do not want to lose. Holly Rowe will keep us up to date on his situation. They'll keep it on the ground to the left, stiffing the goal line. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That's a phenomenal job getting after the quarterback and getting a hit on him to affect his accuracy, because if they didn't get the pressure, that was going to be a touchdown. He had a guy wide open in the end zone. That was a golden opportunity, but the defense comes up big.
They'll run it. Not going to get there, and the decision to go for it on 4th down does not work. What a day it's been on the ground for these two guys, and they just seem to get stronger as the game goes along as we take a look at the numbers. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Got an alley.
Winning first down is such a big deal on defense, like getting them into more predictable situations, more passing situations. Nice job not giving up a lot of run after contact on that first down.
They don't need a bunch on 2nd down. Motion from the wideout. The touch pass goes absolutely nowhere, knocked down for a loss.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver, the different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Out wide left, it's Lofton. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. And the Canes come to the line with a new set of downs. Wide receiver comes in motion. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. Anderson wants to throw. Stepping to the right. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Out of bounds at the 27-yard line, and this offense needed a play like that. And the Hurricanes are flying down the field. Quarterback signaling to his guys. Fresh center downs going to the air. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Oh, it's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
The Hurricanes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, going to throw it. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Got room on the return. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
Well, the defense isn't quitting. They're obviously down big here in the fourth quarter with just a little bit of time left. Obviously, it'll take a Herculean effort to come back, but could that interception be the spark that ignites this team?
Left side is Shaw, and he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
And this offense is going to have to catch some breaks, man. They're going to have to make some big plays. They're going to have to push the ball down the field, break some tackles, hit some home runs, down 3 possessions.
It's a fumble on the play. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Well, the quarterback got it to his receiver quickly and gave him an opportunity to make a few moves after the catch, but he's got to do a better job with ball security that time. That is a costly fumble.
Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. So they get the ball back after that turnover, and that might well have been the final nail in the coffin for this one. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with a first down.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. The defense putting points on the board.
And man, how awesome is that for the big fella? And he wasn't going to just fall on that loose fumble. He decided to scoop it and score, and David shows off the athleticism.
I mean, we were born to do more. We just grew out of the running back body, but we were really all running backs at heart. It's just hard when you got to go that far because you're running out of oxygen. You could tell the gas tank was low, but the big fella getting the touchdown.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Ready to fire from the pistol. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. On the ground with the counter. Turning it on. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. Timeout taken by the Yellow Jackets. That'll be their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. On first down, it's Brown again. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Georgia Tech spins its second timeout. They've got one timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Taken down. The Yellow Jackets spend their third and final timeout. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Fourth down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it. Season alley. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. And the Canes pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Trying to run, it's Kringle. Just smothered on the play.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force feed it to him, and let him go to work. He's done that. Well over 100 yards rushing in this game, and the defense just has not had the answers consistently for him.
He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. 8th play of the drive coming. It'll be a 3rd and 6. He gets nothing. Nowhere to go, and it'll be 4th down. And they decide to trot out the kicker. Smashes it between the uprights. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And with that kick, man, it's a tall order for the other side. I mean, down 3 possessions. Like, this offense is going to have to get the ball and do something with it, and do it quickly if they want to get back in this football game.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Fires on the move. Got his man. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing. Lining up from the 34 on first down. Fresh set of downs going up top. He's taking a deep shot. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! He got a step and just dusted the field.
And how about the bomb? The long field all the way across the field. Big-time play, big-time throw. Receiver runs underneath it, takes it to the house. Huge play for this offense.
And the extra point is good, but they still trail 31-21. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. The hands team doing its job, and that's going to do it for this one.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. He hurls one deep down the left side. Ball's incomplete, and that'll do it from here. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things they're going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately they were the better team today.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.